Hey, this is Nikki and
Hello, this is Yngve.
and we're from Blood Command. Our brand new single Losing Faith is out March the 17th. We're super stoked about it. It's something very Blood Command, but maybe a little bit different for what people might expect, which is super exciting too.
Beautiful, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
It's always a pleasure speaking with you, Pagan. You brighten up my day every time.
Oh, likewise, Kris.
So as you say, Nikki, Blood Command will release your new single Losing Faith this Friday, and it's not what fans of the band will expect to an extent. So tell us a bit about the track musically.
Well, I think that fans will maybe not be too shocked. Yngve and I have spoken about this quite at length. You know, like the real die-hard Blood Command fans, I think that they'll be pleasantly surprised. They might not even be surprised because it is still thematically very Blood Command. But perhaps for people who don't really know the band and maybe pigeonhole us as like a heavy band with screaming vocals, you know, with guitars, they're the people who might be quite shocked. You know, it's a bit of a country western cowboy tune. So I think that there will be some like surprised people, which is what we really want. You know, we like to keep people on the edge of our toes. I don't know if you want to embellish on that, Yngve.
No, not really.
Yeah. I think that kind of sums it up perfectly.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, and the song it's a heart-wrenching ballad about the shame and grief of unrequited love. So I want to know who got dumped. Which one of you's got dumped to make this song?
I know that Yngve loves a sad boy song, so he can answer this one.
It's not about a particular event, though. I guess it's just about tapping into those feelings. I guess everyone have experienced heartbreak once in their lifetime at least. So I think it's very relatable. Relatable
it's also
lyrics.
A Blood Command thing to write about. Like a lot of the themes for many of Blood Command songs that Yngve has written in the past have had that feeling or that meaning behind it. And before we wrote this song, Yngve sent me this like really beautiful country western song, sort of like it wasn't a similar message, but it kind of had like a little bit of a similar idea in that it was sort of about somebody like pretending not to love someone. They were kind of putting on like a mask and like acting that they didn't love someone. And we were both like, wouldn't it be cool to write a song sort of like that? And I think that's kind of where the idea might have stemmed from, or like might have been a bit of an inspiration for.
Yeah, cool.
I don't remember who was by though, Yngve.
Me neither.
Yeah, but you know the one I'm talking
about. yeah. I remember it wasn't song. I remember now.
Some cowboy somewhere.
Yeah.
I sort of touched on this, but it is a massive shift from a normal Blood Command song in the fact that it's an acoustic version. So do you think fans are going to embrace that, or do you think they'll be shocked at first that you're coming out with an acoustic song?
I think the hardcore Blood Command fans know to expect the unexpected. So I think they're gonna love the fact that we do it. Just do it.
Yeah, and the non-Blood Command fans, like somebody who might just stumble across the band, you know, it's just an appealing song for a broader audience, perhaps than maybe a screaming song is. So I think it's it's a pretty clever card to play because we might gain new fans from it. If we don't, we don't, but we might. And that's a pretty cool thing too.
Yeah. And you've chosen to do it as an acoustic piece with just the two of you. Like, I was sort of expecting at some stage to speed up a bit and the rest of the band to kick in like most bands do. But why did you decide to keep it stripped back and just the two of you?
Everyone would expect it to be heavy in the end, so
cooler
to not do it.
I think it, like, working with Yngve as a producer, and like obviously we co-wrote the lyrics on this song, he likes to often go with the unexpected, and so do I. Like, I like, if there's like, you know, two options in front of us, we are both always drawn to the unexpected option. So I think there's something really strong in that, like going with the unexpected. Like Yngve's expect the unexpected, like our fans are used to doing. Yeah.
And you've both embraced the film clip full time too. Like, he's dressed up as when you're in your cowboy get up. It's really cool. It's good to see.
The only downside, well, an upside and a downside about that, Kris, is that we, like, when we came up with the idea, we thought it was so original, like wearing Adidas and cowboy hats. And then Yngve like did like a bit of a Google search when we're coming up with like ideas for outfits for the music video. And we realized Beyonce did her whole campaign with that.
Oh, wow.
So in a way, it's already been done, but we love that we're like Queen Bee, you know? So.
And another feature of the song too is that you both share vocals the whole way through, and you actually go all right, Yngve. You haven't got too bad a voice, brother.
Thanks.
He's got a beautiful voice. I said when we were writing this song, or maybe some other songs, who knows, if hypothetically we were writing other songs at the time, I said to Yngve, I remember saying, I really want you to sing like more on some of the songs, and whether or not that was like, you know, his idea behind it or he just wanted to, it just enhances the song so well.
It does, yeah.
It's a great voice, and I think it just adds dynamic to what people are used to hearing from Blood Command too, and it just makes it.
It was nice. It was noticeable. I noticed it, so it's definitely noticeable, and in a good way too. You balanced each other well vocally. It was cool.
Thank you. I think so
Thanks.
too.
No, very good. Yeah, the press release says that although it is the most stripped back the band has ever sounded, this is Blood Command's strongest work to date. Would you agree with that statement?
I think so. I think it's
so
one of our best songs. Yeah, if it's not the best one, it's at least up there.
Yeah. And what do you measure that by? Like, when you say it's one of the best, do you measure that by lyric content, dynamics? Like, how do you measure that?
The overall thing, I think.
Yeah, I think all of the above, like there's so many aspects that go into a song, and this one, thematically, lyrically, musically, like the arrangement, everything to me is just perfect, and everything's well thought out. Like, there's nothing there just because it should be there. Everything is there for a reason, and I think that's what makes a really good song. Personally.
Yeah, and I noticed too that it wasn't like came in about just over 2.5 minutes, which emphasizes your point that you haven't elaborated on anything that didn't need elaborate. You've got in there, you've done the song, and you've got out basically.
Yeah.
So you sort of, by judging from one of your other answers, you're not going to answer me on this question, but is Losing Faith a standalone single, or is it part of a bigger picture?
No comments.
No comment?
No comment.
We're here to make a comment on that.
Well, just answer me this then. You're not planning on bringing out an acoustic country love ballad album, are you?
Yeah, we maybe are actually.
I think that's a great idea. Definitely think of that. Who knows? Again, just expect the unexpected, Kris. And then...
All right. Well, we'll move on from that because I'm not gonna keep kicking a dead horse, so to speak. Blood Command recently toured Australia as part of the Good Things Festival, and you were exceptionally well received at every show. Like, it must have been a good feeling for your first tour of Australia to be so well received.
Yeah, that was I think that was the coolest tour I ever been on. That was so cool. Everything was just perfect.
A dream, like just a dream come true. And we so want to go back.
Yeah, when are you coming back? That was my next question. Like, you guys nailed it that much. Like, you guys could do your own headlining tour, I reckon, and sell out most places, judging by that. It was great effort.
If it's really small places.
I've spoken with quite a few people that put you guys as one of the highlights of the day, and that's in all honesty. Like, you guys been very well spoken about from that.
Cool.
Oh, thank you, Kris. Yeah, we're definitely coming back. We just don't know the dates yet.
You don't, but you definitely are planning on coming back?
If people want us, yeah.
Well, I'll pass your details on to everyone, and I'll get them to message you personally. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Especially for you, though, Nikki. Like, it must have been a really proud homecoming for you. Like, you left after your last band break up. You went to a strange country where you didn't know anyone. You took a massive gamble, and to come home and get that sort of reception, like, it must have been a magical feeling for you.
It really was. It was really, you know, like one door closed, another opened. Thanks. And I always say thanks to Yngve. He gave me this chance. And obviously, like, my hard work and everything also gave me the chance to do this stuff. But it is mainly because of Yngve. And then to get that opportunity to take the boys to Australia, and, you know, because the promoter loved the band and knew me from Pagan and stuff. So it just felt so great to be able to do that with the guys. And yeah, like, seeing all of the people who came to our shows, who genuinely love Blood Command too. You know, like, that was just such an amazing feeling, really validating, and just like proving to myself that I made the right decision, obviously, too.
Yeah, very cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks very much for your time. It's been a pleasure as usual. Losing Faith is out. It's Friday, March the 17th. And like we say, she's a bit of a country acoustic song, but don't let that put you off, because I hate country, but I like the song. So it's a winner.
Yeehaw.